The release of Convergence is only a couple days away, and we are excited to dive right in.
The question of the week last show went so well that is now going to be all we talk about, because you guys were amazing, as we bid farewell to the Awakenings block in standard format play.
This is episode 125, so long for now, to Awakenings.
You have been well trained.
No. You don't have to carry a sword to be powerful.
I won't fail you.
Oh, do not.
I'm not afraid.
Please don't try.
Everyone, welcome back to another week of the Chance Cube. This is the
Howdy doody.
This is the last show before Convergence releases.
It is.
It's a new base set.
It's about dang time.
I know.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Isn't that how we felt before Legacies, which was also a base set?
Yes.
We said it's about dang time.
It's
And
about.
here we are.
You know what though? I know all those. There was a lot of stuff, and I know we're gonna talk about that in a minute. But I pulled a Mike Hill, and I didn't look at a bunch of the stuff this week.
What?
And now we're gonna talk about it. I'm not gonna know what you're talking about.
I don't know if I know I'm going to talk about either. What? What's happening?
I was like, I don't want to know. I want to be surprised by like 4 cards at least. But
So speaking of Convergence, you and I have been stocking up on our Across the Galaxy. I think
I'm behind a set. Well, because honestly, when Across the Galaxy came out, I had to put a new electrical panel in my home like a grown-up. So I was a little behind. So we went to our local game store, our friendly local game store, and made some board game purchases. And I was like, there were 5 packs left in the box, which I know you shouldn't buy because that means all the good stuff is gone. But we bought them anyway. And then I went, those were crap, give me 6 more out of the brand new box.
nice.
So we got a Leia Bouche. I'm not going to name off everything, but at least what I thought was kind of fun. We got an X-Wing and a TIE Fighter, and then we got one of the LS1 cannons. So that paid for my excursion for the most part.
Okay.
Well, per the Price Watch app, that's around a $35 card. So,
The LS1 cannon.
Handheld LS1 cannon, I think
Sure.
is the official title.
Is that the one with Leia like rocking out?
Yeah.
What did I would love to. I need to find out where that artwork came from because that's like when did Leia rock out?
There's a really funny. Oh, I don't know who made it, but I did see it floating across the internet, and it's the picture of her from the Blues Brothers on that card, where she's holding. So there's a part in the Blues Brothers where she's holding a gun coming after them, and it's kind of a similar look on her face with the art and with that scene from the movie. And so someone put the movie scene on the card instead, and it's pretty funny.
Nice, that's funny.
And I have a handy dandy tip for anyone wanting to purchase some Way of the Force. I was almost late to the show because I was purchasing some. Amazon currently has it on sale with Prime shipping for $48.
That's nice. That's pretty good.
It's not going to be that way for very long. In fact, it was 48-ish and some change when I checked earlier today. And then downstairs it was 47 and some change. Mm-hmm. So if you need some, go get it. I'm sure it won't be out there long, but
no. And of course that set is legal for another year in standard play, so Way of the
Might
Force
as well.
has been an anchor for the current trilogy format, so if you're a little behind in your pack purchasing, Amazon does have those deals right now for you, which is great.
I was really surprised. I was surprised to see. I would expect Empire War they had for about 35.
Well, yeah.
So, within reason. But if you're a new player and you want to be able to try to do some stuff in Infinite, I mean, that's one way to... You're going to be able to get it much cheaper than what we folks paid when they came out on the street.
I mean, let's be honest.
Totally worth it.
Until Infinite becomes either a really popular format, those older cards that are out of rotation are going to lose value tremendously for a while. Mm-hmm. There may be a point at which that turns a corner and they become more valuable, but
there's some popular characters in that set.
Yeah, not many card games can actually do that like Magic does.
Right,
continues to. So make sure you pay those $100 for those penny pieces of cardboard, everyone, because that's what they're worth. Pregnant in silence.
I was going for the dramatic. It was a
It was a
moment.
dramatic silence, wasn't it? Thanks to all those out there who checked out the Price Watch app. We do appreciate it. If you're an iOS user, I apologize, Monk. And there's actually, surprisingly, a lot of non-iOS folks in the Destiny community. Which is pretty fascinating.
You're next. We promise.
We promise. In all honesty, I learned how to program an iOS app for the sole purpose of getting the Price Watch out there. So I'm going to turn around and learn how to make an Android app for the same purpose. So it may take me a little bit of time, but once we get past convergence and getting that app updated and all the other Price Watch stuff, we will be sure to at least, and by we I mean me, we'll be sure to start focusing on that.
Well, and I'll give one little touch point on that, because I know we've had. Thank you guys for those that have given us feedback that you like the Price Watch, or hey, will it be able to do this? And I know Jason's going to continue to hone those skills of his. Probably the biggest question we've gotten so far is, hey, I'd really love to see the card, and hey, we really would too, but we don't own those. We don't own that image. We don't own that card text. Apple would be a big, and I'm pretty sure Android would too. Would be a big fat no-no if we tried to put those in there. So it's not that we didn't want to or couldn't. Well, it is that we couldn't, I guess. So
the picture for sure. We may push the card text a little bit later, but
yeah, the picture we don't own that.
We certainly don't own the picture. That's usually the biggest no when it comes to licensing these Star Wars characters, is the likeness in the image. So.
Yeah. So just in case anybody was wondering, that's why that's not on there, because I know there were a couple of questions. And keep in mind, you're doing more than just Brian the Price Watch. You're supporting all the things that this channel does, whether it's, live streaming national events or worlds. Those things do not come for free. Those internet connections do not come for free. So every penny you pay for that app goes towards that. Jason and I aren't buying new cool stuff with app money. It's not happening. We're reinvesting that right back into the Chance Cube to turn around and bring you more cool stuff. So that's why we appreciate your support with it. So in case, and if you have any more questions on that, shoot them over to the Facebook page, or you can email me directly, and I will happily have a dialogue with you about it.
Oh, Cam, you're great. Thanks. You've got some cool stuff to show. It's not really news, so we might as well go do it now.
Oh, hang on. My hands are wet, and I don't want to get them wet.
Oh, yes. Well,
I think I mentioned it a couple shows ago, but
and everybody knows this guy. Like, if you're anywhere on the interwebs, you know about this guy.
If not, you're under a rock asleep. So our good friend, and your good friend, Parker Simpson, challenged me on Facebook. He said, if I send you some Gungan cards, will you give the deck another try? And I said, with artwork like that, who could say no? So he came through, and I'm going to try to get the camera to not be a jerk so you guys can see these. But he sent me his really cool alternate arts, I don't know what else to call them, stunning arts, these are really cool cards, of Boss Nass, Jar Jar, and 2 Gungans, so that I can try to resuscitate my Gungan deck. So huge thank you to Parker Simpson. The artwork on these are awesome. I mean, these are awesome cards.
Yeah.
And so now I gotta go get more of them, because he's got there's some through content creators. Monk has a really cool one that I feel like he needs to share some copies of. Monk's got a killer Palpatine. So if you're not checking out Monk's Battlefield, you need to go check that out and see that card. Golden
and that's
Dice.
Not just because he's sitting in the chat.
It's not. His card is so cool, and I'm super jealous. Golden Dice has Han and Chewie, and I'm like, crap, now I need that one. So, yeah. I also think that his Han looks like Paul McCartney, which now in turn makes me need it more. So, if you get a chance, if you have not seen his stuff, certainly go follow his page. You can find him on Parker Simpson Artwork, if it'll cooperate with me. You can find him on the Facebooks, chilling out. And now I'm going to need your guys' help to build a Gungan deck.
That's right.
So, because all the cool stuff I had in mind rotated out. So, please send, feel free to shoot your suggestions, deck lists, things of the sort. because I have to do Parker proud with this now. Like, I can't show up and bomb. Not with these cool cards. So I've been challenged.
Could, but, no, that's fair.
I could, and in true Kim style, I probably will. But I think you guys could help me with what are some new cool things that I need to consider for this deck.
Mm-hmm, for sure.
Because I'm not sure.
And I know the fan alternate art cards has been out there for a while. We used to do them for our Patreon, and then we stopped for various reasons that we don't want to get into on this channel. But I think it may be time we bring them back, because me and Kim were just talking about the show how much we love the artwork that our buddy Seth, he has a friend down in Utah that did some really cool stuff for us. This was our seventh sister that we did about a while back. So
I enjoy alternate art cards a lot.
We may look into bringing those back, because out of all the bad things we could do, that seems to be the least egregious.
Well, and I'm still in a hunt. That's true. I'm still in a hunt. I need the full Spaceballs set of Star Wars Destiny alternate art cards.
Yeah, there was her mother's
because look, may the Schwartz be with you is the shirt that I'm wearing. I love that mother card. That one was a yeah.
That was hard for you to say. Mother 7. I forgot what else she did.
It's shiny. What is it? Is that one?
Oh, we
shiny?
made these hollow.
I'm
foil.
out of. Thank you, Jesus Christ! I couldn't think of the word.
Hollow foil.
Oh, look, they're so shiny. Is all I could get. That's as far as I could go, and I couldn't remember what you called hollow foil.
Welcome to the Disney Destiny podcast.
Oh my Lanta!
Where today's topic is.
Have I had
Moana.
caffeine? Hey man,
it's so shiny.
I could get into all of those songs.
You're welcome. Yes. All right. Sorry. I've been listening to.
So yeah, that could be a hint that you guys should maybe stay tuned for some cool things coming from us. Wink, nudge, nudge. Say no more. Say no more.
Say no more. Oh, might as well say no more. Anything else exciting? I've been opening
in the news.
Some across the galaxy. I've been opening up some stuff. I got one more box.
I don't remember what else I got. You do?
Sarah's been bringing Amazoning a box like once a week. I got one more box, and she's like, "No more of this until then Convergence is next." I was like, "Okay, that's fair."
I thought maybe you were I thought you were being super well disciplined and like opening them in like slow instances, but she's doing that for you by trickling them in.
Well, it's safe. I
like it.
There has been 36 packs on my dining room table that have not been opened for at least 36 hours.
Wow, your wife's a smart cookie, though.
Yes.
For an abundance of reasons.
Yes.
But this is just one of many.
I gotta get something so that if and when we go to the Jackalman time, I did it again. Promoted their event in our show.
They're sneaky like that.
I know they are. I need to have something I can play that's not.
He planted a seed, and it just keeps springing. And if you saw on their webpage, there's some cool Chance Cube swag that will be up for grabs.
Yeah, which means I have
to
go
event
to take it, so I don't have to mail it.
There you go. Now just don't win it while you're there.
Just as much in gas to drive up there as would to mail that stuff to them.
I believe that.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, shall we go into the news? Because we rambled on enough.
Let me take that back, huh? You'll find what you need.
Well, you've guessed it. Have you guessed it, Kim?
What do we guess? What are we guessing?
As of last night.
I'm pretty sure I called this.
All the cards are now spoiled. And where did they get spoiled from?
Poland, where they always get spoiled from.
Actually, this time they were like legit spoiled, not like. I don't know about legit. Someone opened up a box before a street date.
It was actually. It's the exact same group that opened them last time before street date.
Yeah.
At least that I saw. It's the same group that was sharing. It's a store that's basically getting stock ready, and they share it on the interwebs.
Mm-hmm.
Although last year I feel like they did it sooner than like 2 days before.
Yeah. Well, that was good because I needed all the card names like today to finish updating stuff. So
that's true.
Like, yes. I didn't read half the stuff. I know there were a couple interesting things. I did see that the final list of reprints, which is actually surprisingly our topic of the day, but Electroshock, It Binds All Things, and Overkill were the last 3 reprints that we haven't seen that are coming back into the set. It Binds All Things makes total sense. Electroshock, that's a removal card.
Electroshock.
That's a removal card that kind of, I don't want to say went out of favor, but
it was super hot for a long time.
it was, and it seems like in the Legacies block, everybody decided to go different directions with their removal, other than Electroshock, which, I mean, it's fair enough. The die showing 2 or less can certainly deter some folks, but generally when you remove a single die, it's usually a special, honestly.
Right.
I mean, sometimes it's a 3 or 4, but not
I
often.
used it for... Yeah, well, that one has some of my... That's one of my favorite full arts that FFG did, was the Electroshock one. Switched it to R2-D2 art.
Yeah.
This one does not look like that.
No, this one's very different.
Oh my goodness, where's the other ones that I saw? There was another one that I was legit going to talk about.
Another reprint, or another card, or another art?
It's another card. It's gone now in my brain. I need to start making notes during the day.
That helps. It doesn't Electroshock require you to spot yellow. Maybe that's why
it does.
Favor.
Yep, you have to spot a yellow.
Okay.
And yellow wasn't, because a lot of blue moved into the... Let's see if I can find... I bet I can't. Keep talking, but I'm going to scroll, which is why I'm looking down, but...
It Binds All Things, of course. Makes a whole lot of sense. That's been a staple for a lot of people without it being an overpowered staple. Bringing back Force Illusion, I think, would have been a challenge, because that card is powerful. Bringing back Sith Holocron would have been... Sith Holocron's the main reason we haven't seen Force abilities in the last 6 sets.
Right.
So, let's be real.
That one didn't come back. Sorry, kids.
But Overkill surprises me.
Yeah.
That's not a card we saw a whole lot of.
The new art's interesting on it. Isn't that the one that's... You can see the back of Chewbacca? Am I thinking correctly?
Because Overkill was one of the first cards we saw from Spirit of Rebellion. They did it as part of the pre-release events, and did the Arabesh version. And so, kind of, we were excited about it for like 3 seconds, and then we realized it wasn't really playable. So. Well,
it's all I can find is the most useless crap on my Facebook page right now.
That's fair. That's all good. Did you, Kim, see the article that Edwin Chin wrote?
I did.
I was tickled about that. That one
I know. Shame, Jeremy, for not telling us that one was coming.
He can't reveal all the secrets. He probably didn't.
I gave him a wide opportunity to tell us all of the secrets, and he didn't tell us any.
I think, it was so close.
That was nice.
So close to the release of the set, it was interesting to see an article that wasn't a spoiler article. Who knows how long ago Edwin actually wrote that piece.
Yeah, he made it sound like in the interview, Jeremy is who I'm speaking, made it sound like that they write those pretty early, or that they go through, like they write them and it's a while before they come out. Mm-hmm. I guess I'm saying it incorrectly, but it seems like it. So who knows when he could have pinned that.
Sure. Yeah, totally. So that was great. I was glad to see that. I know we got one from the last year's World Champion. Is this the first one he wrote, or is this the second piece that Edwin has written?
I want to say this is the second.
I do too. But I'm glad they're making use of that title of his, right? It lasts. Talking about the rotation and really diving into that, because that's a big deal for Destiny, of course, right now. This is a monumentous occasion, first rotation for the game. And then I know we got a couple more preview articles, but at this point, everything's spoiled. The whole set's out there, people. So
for the good, the bad, and the everything.
And I believe SW Destiny DB has called up, so they've got everything. If you're looking for card text, they don't put images up there until they get their demo stock from FFG, because I think FFG provides them with clean images of everything, so they only put the clean ones up there.
That makes sense.
You'll notice they never put up images like that are screen captured from Twitch, or that are iPhone spoilers from pre-opened packs. So it's pretty good. Pretty excited. It's all out there. Mm-hmm. Convergence is out there to enjoy.
Where is?
You still looking, Kim?
Yep. Okay. I'm actually in the. Maybe it wasn't the Destiny group. Where's that stupid card that I really thought was so cool? Oh well, I'll find it on Thursday, I guess. Like, when the set comes out. Aha! Or this is not a reprint, so it's not. It's other news. It's that. Did you see the Ordnance launcher?
Probably. What is? Please indulge us, Kim.
There are no blanks. Wahoo! It is 3 resources. It has ambush on it. And after you resolve a scoundrel die, you may resolve this die as if it did not have a modifier.
Oh, that's right. It's got 6 modified sides.
So remember how much I loved Awakenings? The card itself. So this has +1 range, +2 range, +3 range, 1 discard, 2 shields, and 1 resource.
But it's all modified, right? Everything's blue.
All modified. So as long as you put it and you resolve a scoundrel die, then you can resolve this as if it didn't have a modifier.
That's kind of nice.
I dig that card.
I'm excited about. I'm hoping there's a solid scoundrel die that comes out, and if it's not even competitive, I still want to build one and play it.
Oh, absolutely. I think there will be. I think we'll get there. I think we will.
I think we'll get there. Once you see all the scoundrel cards in one spot, and you see how they work.
So much good. Yes, you need them all in one spot. There's so much good red, and there's so much good yellow that was spoiled kind of early on that I feel like this is red and yellow's time. Mm-hmm. I can say that because Mike's not here to disagree with me.
That's right. Well, I mean, your destiny says blue is dead, so.
I love red and yellow. That's my favorite combo. And anytime I really try to do something else, it just doesn't really come together for me. Like, I've done the best with red and yellow.
There you go.
It's just, I guess, my comfort zone, maybe. I don't know. I'm a scoundrel at heart. Maybe that's it. And then I keep seeing more trooper stuff coming.
Yes. I think Trooper and Scoundrel are the 2 that are going to.
I'm going to have to spend so much money to find all the Trooper cards.
Fair. Shall we bid adieu to Awakenings in proper style?
By Real Awakenings, the card and the set.
Yes.
You know, Mike, I just can't seem to get the cards I need in the booster packs I bought. I'm still missing a Mother Talzin, a Darth Maul. And I need some more battle droids. That 5-wide droid deck isn't going to build itself. And I have all these extra Yodas.
Seriously, Kim, I told you. Check out Armada Games. You can buy and sell Destiny cards on their website, shoparmada.com. It's just a few simple clicks and bam, you are done. I used it just the other day. And now I got 2 Maul Sabers heading my way.
Hey, what are you guys talking about? We're in the middle of a break here.
Jason, you know how you've got all those extra cards from all those booster boxes you open? Mike says you can sell them online super easy.
No way, seriously? How? I've got to make room before this next set comes out.
Jason, whether you're new to the game or a seasoned vet, Armada Games has just what you're looking for. You can buy and sell your Destiny singles all from the comfort of your living room. Pre-order the latest sets of boosters and find the droids you are looking for. You can also check out their selection of Destiny accessories. And you'll get free shipping on orders over $75. For an even better deal, be sure to use the coupon code TheChanceCube and receive 5% off your Destiny purchase. Visit their website at shoparmada.com. Armada Games. Get in here and game.
But you know what I always say. Speak softly and drive a big tank.
So, this is the part of the show where we discuss stuff.
We weren't already doing that?
Well, we were doing it, but now it's like metaphysical stuff. Now it's actual news stuff.
Oh.
But so this will seem out of place. But last week on our Facebook page, we asked everyone because last week there were still cards left to spoil. If you could see one more reprinted card from the Awakenings block, what would it be? And we got a plenty of responses.
Plethora, perhaps?
There were a plethora. To the point where I think it's worth spending a little bit more time this week talking about who was right and who was wrong, and what we're missing. Like, these are the cards people wanted to see come back that currently aren't coming back. Now, that doesn't mean that the next 2 sets can't reprint something from Awakening. Like, they still can. Like, we can see this stuff still come. But for right now, it's gone. That's a
good way to think about it too, because I don't know if we've thought about it that way. Like, oh, it's getting reprinted this set, and then we kind of don't consider that it could get reprinted in another future set.
Yeah, for sure. So, I mean, let's kick it off. Chris Stevenson was one of the first to respond to this question and mentioned Holdout Blaster, which
totally agree.
Was kind of a staple for
ranged,
a while, especially for ranged decks.
Cost effective, had ambush, if I remember correctly.
Yep.
It was only 2 reasons. That was a solid weapon to get out early if you could.
Mm-hmm. That was, if I remember back in the early days of the Price Watch, like the most expensive rare. Its price was creeping up towards the lowest legendary in terms of value because everybody wanted them.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I still have some if anybody needs them.
Everybody's selling their old sets. They're there. Wait till they get reprinted. Yeah, Simon Willis. We're gonna say goodbye to Sith Holocron. I'm sorry, sir.
Well, not that Sith Holocron. The card Sith Holocron.
Not Simon. You're not saying Simon can stay.
Sith Holocron can continue to hang out and be a joy to the Destiny community. He's a good fella.
But I mean, let's be honest. Sith Holocron wasn't going to come back and is not coming back.
Yeah, I don't.
That new Palpatine is stupid. Don't make him any stupider.
Oh, that just hurts Steven think about him having a Sith Holocron to throw. No.
Because they can
it was
unlimited abilities.
Oh gosh, I feel like it served its purpose at the time that it was available, and really kind of gave the game a little bit of lift. Gave Blue a huge lift. But the game has evolved enough that I don't think you can get away with a card like that at this point.
Well, you remember that, like when the game came out in Awakenings, and to a certain degree, Spirit of Rebellion also was subject to this kind of mentality. Is that Star Wars Destiny was never intended to be, the cornerstone competitive card game for FFG. It was, it was their first foray into CCGs, and it was supposed to be lighthearted and fun, which it is lighthearted and fun, but also has a very competitive angle. So cards like Sith Holocron, like they didn't think much of it.
Well, that's what happens when you put a world champion designer for another similar game on your design team.
Fair enough.
I mean, you want to keep it casual and lighthearted, then you and me design. They made a good move bringing Jeremy in because he's a real. And I'm not saying that Lucas didn't do a good job beforehand either, because he did. But the two of them have really made this game more than I think what FFG anticipated it could be.
For sure.
That's a whole other show. that conversation is a whole other show as to why and what and our speculations and things like that.
That's right. So, I guess, if we had a prize, it'd go to Clint Riley, who actually said it binds all things.
Winner, chicken dinner, Clint.
Right? So, good. That's coming back. I mean, that makes a lot of sense, right? A lot of as cornerstone for Blue. Get that upgrade out, one cheaper each turn. Why not? You okay over there?
Weird noises. There's our weird car noises outside again.
Oh, okay. John Benjamin wants Planned Explosion to come back.
I would be okay with that. I got that card to fire like one time, and that's all it takes. All it takes is for it to fire one time, and you're like, "That's the coolest thing ever." It'll never happen again, but it was so cool when you got it to fire.
I'm concerned that dice values are creeping up. That Planned Explosion would be actually easier to set off if it was still around.
Totally agree. With so many modifiers now that you can put on boards, there's just going to be a lot more dice. Generally speaking, on the table, make it way easier to get to 10. So yeah, I don't see that one coming back. No. But man, when it was out there, it was fun when you got it to work.
Oh my goodness! May this rest in peace. Maxime Roberts says, "Second Chance."
I love Second Chance.
Every hero yellow player loves Second Chance.
No, one of my very first tournament that I played in for Destiny, I had my crummy Han Leia deck. But nobody knew that it was crummy yet because it was still early enough that maybe it could do something. And I sat down and played against who would eventually be one of the first U.S. national champions from here in my local area. And to hear him go, ugh, whenever I played Second Chance on Han was the best thing ever. And that's really cool until you play another deck that has Second Chance and then you're because they played it on you and you can't kill that guy. So I agree. Like when I was playing it and my opponent was not, that card was amazing. Once everybody started to play it, that card sucked.
Yeah.
Because it was hard to chew through that damage coming back.
Yeah, well, it's as they professionally they call it a negative play experience, or if you're Jeremy, you just say it's a feels bad moment.
It's a feels bad moment. I just say it sucks.
DL44. I'm a little shocked that's actually, I mean, sadly rotating out. That's
I feel like that could come back.
Could it was I don't know. In this day and age,
is the DL44?
Is the DL44 too expensive? Now, wasn't it 3 resources to play?
It was 3 resources to play.
That's kind of pricey.
I have this one.
Yeah. Well, ambush has also gone out of fashion, so.
Well, it's on a couple of things though.
Yeah, but it's not
card
like
that I told you about. No, but I was surprised to see it appear several times in this last set. Like, as I've seen cards, and maybe I'm exaggerating, but I feel like I saw ambush more than I have in the last couple of sets.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'm wrong. But it felt like it.
Yeah. Danny Aleo, I can't pronounce that. There's lots of vowels next to each other.
I think he's in my neck of the woods too.
With 2 L's. Danny says Shoto, of course.
I am sad to see Shoto go. I will continue to be. That's one that they reprinted. I mean, come on, man. We got Ahsoka back again. Right. How do you not have Shoto lightsaber available? So my guess is, if they don't reprint it, because that one didn't have if you play on that didn't have that kind of text. We weren't there yet, right?
Right.
So if they do it, maybe
it'll be more specific.
But they haven't. They haven't reprinted anybody else's lightsabers though. But they didn't call that her lightsaber. They just called it the Shoto lightsaber. So maybe they would rephrase it as Ahsoka's lightsabers. I don't know. Because everybody else's has been Mace Windu's, Obi-Wan's.
Yeah, Luke's. They're getting more specific right now, which is interesting from a design space. I wonder if like the size of the sets is restrictive to having so many of those out. You know, I would wonder if Jeremy's like, man, I wish I had 300 cards so everybody could have their own weapon.
Yeah.
I don't wish he had 300 cards. That's a lot.
You should make Kim's lightsaber.
Jason's lightsaber?
I have one.
John Ibsen says, hold up blaster again. Stuart Graham, ancient lightsaber.
That's another one I
can't wait for that one to drop in price so I can fill my 4th slot in my binder.
I think I only ever got to 3 of those, yeah. I feel like. I don't know that I ever got 4.
Yeah.
Because Jim and I have my husband and I have the same problem that you and Sarah do, is that, and maybe that's why I played so much red-yellow, because Jim typically played more blue characters, and so we didn't step on each other's toes with as many cards that way.
Yep. Stuart Graham, ancient. Oh, I just said that because I'm smart. Mark
it's okay.
Lockett needs to be something that we can take out vehicles. So EMP grenades.
Jeremy hinted that it's going to be easier to get rid of vehicle supports.
We saw 1 or 2 this set that.
There's a couple of things.
Some pretty interesting things in there. So EMP grenades. I mean, this is a card that was teched in to a lot of decks towards the end of the last cycle.
Yeah.
As the vehicles were coming prominent, it was kind of a secret weapon for some until it became not so secret. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. Seth Yates, this may sound crazy, but Immobilize. I love this upgrade. Blue villain is junk for shields, and with the combined ability to blanket die, strong against current Vader meta, this is a solid 2-cost upgrade. With the loss of Force Illusion and Rise Again, this would be a balanced card to help blue villain with a little sustainability. Interesting. Immobilize was an upgrade we played a lot in the first 2 sets, and then once better things came out, we stopped.
Yeah. I don't think he's crazy. I mean, I still have early cards that I'm like, it makes sense, man. I don't know why we don't use it.
Yeah. Jason Griffin, Hold Up Blaster, Keelan Yowl, Force Illusion, never. No, Force Illusion can stay gone.
So did you see in one of the images of cards that they, like, this was just, so like I said, I saw them, but I didn't read them, but I did read this one because I was talking to Jim about it yesterday. It is like, it's an armor, but it's sort of like a Force Illusion for red.
Oh, the Trooper armor?
Yeah, so it's It's only blocking 2 or 3 if it's on a trooper.
Yeah.
But it's still blocking damage. So it's still taking that concept, sort of like what Force Illusion was, but flipping it to red. Because red's losing things like Field Medic, which I loved. So there's no healing left for it anymore that I can think of.
Did I make that up? Someone in the chat will correct us.
Someone in the chat tell me. I don't know. I don't think so.
Maybe I'm thinking of something
Yeah,
else.
it's like armor plating too. Like I thought that one was a cool one. I was like, ooh. I mean, I'm excited about red and yellow this set.
Yeah, for sure. Greg Evans, I'll go a second chance too. Nick Moore, and he doesn't like you. That card never went out of fashion.
Mm-mm. No, I played that. I had that played against me like even when we were at Worlds this year.
Shaka to you confirms Field Medic is back, so you're good.
Whew. Why don't I remember that? What is it in? Like,
huh? What do you mean? What's it? It's in Convergence. It's coming back. It's being reprinted.
Oh, it's in that. That's why. So I just haven't. It didn't catch my attention because I was looking for the old art, which is probably why I skimmed right past it and didn't notice it.
Probably. We'll
I missed that one completely.
We'll forget the fact that we had a whole reprint show where we probably talked about Field Medic.
We did not. We did not. We didn't have a whole reprint show. Did I? No. No, we didn't.
We did. We'll talk about it later.
Are you sure I was on that show?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe you weren't.
Mentally, I clearly was not.
Tim Sutter says Electroshock. Oh, and which is back. So, good job, Tim.
Ding, 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 ding.
Winner. Bad feeling a card never fails to cause my opponent to ask. It does what now? Yeah, I gotta love cards. They're like, I want to play the card because no one's gonna know what it does.
Uh-huh. Oh, that's funny.
That is
yeah,
funny.
and as I go, I'm like,
now I want to ask.
Yeah.
Okay, now I gotta look it up. Now I gotta be the mic for this show and look it up.
I'm doing exactly what Tim is saying because that's not a card that I recall ever encountering.
No,
I don't think so.
Bad feeling. Well, you have to look it up.
If you search Star Wars and bad feeling, you're gonna get all kinds of.
Okay, Empire at War. It's a 0 yellow hero event.
I would have played this. Oh god!
Remove one of your dice to reroll any number of dice.
I had to have played this card.
I mean, if you want to reroll all of your opponent's dice and your dice, but you have to remove one of yours.
Because otherwise, why wouldn't you just pitch the card to reroll your die?
Yeah, I can see that.
Maybe that's why I didn't play it.
Okay.
That seems up my alley, though. Something that lets me reroll die is you interested in, but
it's my
that one's
chance. That's funny.
Not ringing any bells.
No. Eric Braswell says his holocron. Nice try.
Lots of those.
James Rayo says bolt hole. Underused by most, clutch for my dice luck.
I kind of remember that card.
We talked about it recently. It's got.
Which
I
is
just remember it's
why.
got Finn poking up from underneath the Falcons. Funny.
Oh yeah.
Yellow
yeah.
event 0 calls. Remove one of your yellow character dice to give a character 2 shields. Meh.
But he said it was clutch.
It's kind of like, in a way, it's in the same design space as that one where you remove a blue die to give another character 3 shields.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one. So it's kind of in the same design space, and that other one got used a lot, and this one obviously didn't get used at all. But
well, James used it. Just saying.
James used it because it was clutch for his dice luck.
I feel you, buddy.
He's rolling blanks. I'm assuming. Brian.
I'm with you, buddy.
Brian says hit and run. Agreed. Red's gonna miss hit and run.
Oh boy.
What are you
I'm not sad
now?
to see that not getting played against me.
Well, aren't you sad to not play it though? I'm sad to not play it.
I am.
Hit and run into an all in, or hit and run into with that Akbar. Yeah. Oh man, the old school red deck that was like, wow, why'd you do that to me? And then it didn't work anymore. Joshua Levy says Ancient Lightsaber again. We need more melee weapons, and it's just a solid card.
Totally agree.
Yeah,
it was such a good lightsaber.
Weapons are a little rangy now after rotation, when you think about it.
Mm-hmm.
We lost a lot of our sticks, so there aren't many new sticks to...
And I guess, look at it, if they took a lot away, I can't imagine they're not going to bring her in.
You're right, sure. And you got to remember, like with rotation, it's not like we lost the last set. We're adding a set. We lost 3 sets in adding a set. So our card pool goes from like 1,200 to 800.
Mm-hmm. I'm actually okay with this.
Yes. It's less
because I'm not the greatest deck builder, so it's just less options to have to try to like wide-eyed flip through.
Ray Lahan says No Mercy. I did like No Mercy.
Oh yeah, I did play that one.
That was back when I was good at this game. That was part of my original Palpatine deck. Yeah, I love No Mercy.
I was gonna say that makes sense. That would have been in the original Palpatine deck.
Yeah. And then, last but not least, Breon McMullen says Ancient Lightsaber was a good staple card that was strong but not overpowered and provides good utility in mill protection. So I think
where's mill?
We may have lost some mill protection, but I think mill may have lost more.
Yes.
Sustainability because of what they're losing. So it'll be interesting to see how it balances out and if mill can hit past rotation.
I think Mill's going to have to do some digging. I mean, because you still have Jin Cassian that did well, but I think some of their help is gone.
Yeah. That 3-wide.
Yeah, as a Mill player, you're going to have to be creative, I think.
Andrew Cox's 3-wide deck lost, Second Chance, lost some great.
Which is huge in a Mill deck.
Yep. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with a new set. Are you, just right off the bat, I know you've been studying all 180 cards every minute of every day.
Yes, it's my only hobby.
That's not true. I follow your Facebook feed.
I bought 2 games this week. 2 new board games this week.
Is there anything that's really exciting you from this set?
Honestly, I'm super stoked about Troopers.
Okay.
Both sides of the fence, really, because there's some good Trooper stuff coming to Heroes. I kind of anticipate Villain Trooper being stronger, which is going to be a little bit of a flip for me, although I did really enjoy that Anakin Nines deck. Oh, poor Nines. Too bad he's not around to be in a Trooper deck. Anyway, before people start throwing pitchforks at me about talking about... I don't think they had that label on them yet.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Bring back Nines. Anyway, I'm gonna get hate mail now. I would say, but the more I see, more I was like, man, everybody's gonna play Troopers. Because there's a lot of stuff coming that benefits a Trooper deck. That's probably the, at least, card type.
Yeah.
Although Scoundrel's really starting to capture my interest, too.
Yeah, that's where I'm going. I think Scoundrel... I'd like to see if there's anything to do with bounties, right off the bat. That's really interesting to me.
And I like the concept of it. Yeah.
The new Padme.
Yeah.
I like that focuses can be resolved as indirect. I think there's some interesting work to be done there. I know there's been some chatter about it. I think.
Yeah, I just saw a conversation about that other card, which I think is on the mark. Something mark. I just saw it today. That would then let her indirect be ranged.
Yep. Or you can play a draft with her and Phasma, and
that could
all
be
the
fun.
Indirect would be a range, right? Am I making that up?
I feel like... No, I think you're... There's some... Yeah. There's some...
That's a stretch. There's something there.
I'm wondering if they're not going to come out... Yeah. I'm wondering if they're going to come out... Beauty and the Beast reference. And clarify Padme... Or at least another card saying that if that symbol doesn't show on that die, you can't resolve it. So since I'm looking at a focus, that her ability will resolve as an indirect, but the die itself isn't an indirect, I just wonder if FFG's gonna... I'm sure they'll let's see how this plays out.
Yeah. And
then make an adjustment if they have to. Because I could see that getting, well, technically that's not what her die side is. It's just so... I enjoyed reading kind of through the comments, but everybody's saying, but I could see that getting clarified in a holocron update, if anything.
Ooh, we may get a holocron update this week.
We're not going to get a holocron update this week.
It's a thought.
You've got to the middle of April before you're going to get one of those.
I've also decided just now that our new shtick is how many random Disney references can we put in our show.
Ooh. Mike's gonna be. Well, no, Mike would be totally on board.
Mike would be totally on board with this. You kidding me? He's probably more of a Disney fan than I am, and I work for the company.
We have an obsession between the three of us, to say the very least.
Which works well for me, because then you come visit me on a semi-regular basis.
Well, I would come visit you even if you weren't there, for the record.
I used to live in Lubbock, Texas. You would not go to Lubbock, Texas.
I have not been to Lubbock, Texas. I think Jim has, though. Strangely enough. Like, he went down there for something. I would come visit you in Texas, because everything's bigger in Texas. One.
Yes. Including the nothing. Nothing is also bigger.
Nothing is also big. And there's some really good food down there.
There was some good food. I do miss Texas barbecue. Not to be confused with North Carolina barbecue, which is still the reigning king at barbecue.
They're not the same things, that is for sure. I don't know that I've ever had North barbecue.
Oh, Lord, we're fixing that next time I see you. Which will be hard, because we have to go to North Carolina to get it.
Well, that's like closer from both sides.
There you go.
And your dad and I are friends now, so it'll be fine.
Well, if I go up to Nova, I will bring some North Carolina barbecue on my way. How about that?
I like this. I like this plan.
Sounds good. If I don't go to Nova, it's because I'm opening Galaxy's Edge, just so everybody is aware.
And then I'll have to be there all alone, and everyone will have to come entertain me.
That's right. Well, not all alone. I'll make sure Ruben's there to entertain you.
Oh, Jesus. People, please come entertain me. Like, 3 days with being entertained by Ruben, I might lose my brain.
All right. Well, that's it, folks. You've squandered another week. I stole that from some NPR show, I think. Listening to the Chance Cube. That was
Oh my gosh, Mike really does keep us in line.
He does. Well, I think we're a good combination, the three of us. Any individual pair is pretty awful.
Oh, that's so funny.
If you're watching live and
powering through.
Yes. If you're watching live, you have a subscription, free subscription to Twitch via Amazon Prime. We would love for you to use it on the show. Thanks to Monk for using yours on the show.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. Like and follow, of course. Always appreciated. Helps us out tremendously. If you're watching on YouTube, go down, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification button. Hopefully more things coming to YouTube aside from the show in the future. And if you're listening on podcast,
please keep doing so.
Please keep doing so. And reviews are great. Reviews help us tremendously with search results and getting discovered, and just making us feel good about ourselves. Or bad, depending how you want to look at it. And of course, we haven't said it enough. Check out the App Store for iTunes, or App Store for iOS, or whatever you call it. The Chance Cube's Price Watch is the name of our app, where you can get all the fun information on the Price Watch at the comfort of your mobile device, which is a much better user interface than going to our website and scrolling through a really teeny tiny Google sheet.
This is very true. And just think, there'll be an update once Convergence comes out and stores get those prices on there, and you can have your handy little dandy calculator reference guide, because remember, we are not making these prices. We are pulling them from the interwebs and sharing that data with you.
And remember, only you can value your card for what it's worth.
That's true. If it sounds like a bad deal, then it's probably a bad deal and you shouldn't do it.
If you want to trade Yoda...
Don't hate mail me.
If you want to trade Yoda for a hyperspace jump, it's up to you, man.
At least make the guy buy you a pizza.
Fair enough. All right, everybody. Head over to our Facebook page, pinned to the top. You will see the following questions. Convergence is here. What characters are you most excited to try out? Thanks, and we will see y'all again next week.
Bye-bye.
This has been The Chance Cube, a Star Wars Destiny podcast, a non-profit organization dedicated to building community through gaming. Visit our website for all things Star Wars Destiny, including our Price Watch, Meta Tracker, and latest articles from the Chance Cube family. Find our latest videos on YouTube, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and visit us at patreon.com/thechancecube. Your patronage allows us to grow this program and help us give back to the gaming community by sponsoring events, giveaways, and supporting our own community building initiatives. This is Mike Hill, the voice of the Chance Cube. Thanks for listening. The Chance Cube is not affiliated with Fantasy Flight Games, Lucasfilms, or the Walt Disney Company.